Today I wanted to show you a few of the adhesives that are available at cutcardstock.com, and while they can all really be used for just about any of your projects, I wanted to show you how I like to use them in mine and the specific ways that these different types of adhesives can enhance your project. The first thing I wanted to show you was the 3D foam tabs. These come in an assorted pack, and you'll get both large and small tabs when you purchase this. And inside they come on a sheet. Now, I've used these already, some of them, because I love them so much. But there's large tabs and there are small tabs, depending on what you're adhering down in the size of your project and whatnot. But what this does is it helps you add dimension to your project. So if I were layering a card that I was making and I wanted to add some dimension to the layer on top, I would simply use these tabs, stick them down to the cardstock. The side that I'm pulling up from the wax paper is already has adhesive on it. The other side has wax paper, and you just simply remove those pieces of wax paper. I'm just going to each of them, taking them off. So now there's adhesive that's exposed, if I can get it, on this side. And then I just place it where I want on the layer of my card. And now that layer has that dimension from the foam tabs. Depending on how large your layer is, you might even want to add some more on the center of your layer as well. If I was doing something more intricate, maybe a die cut, that I didn't have all that space, I might use one of these small ones. Those are the foam tabs. Next is my favorite. It's the Tombow Multi Mono Glue. It's the liquid glue. Absolutely love this. I really have to say 95% of the time this is my go-to glue. I always have it on my craft table. You'll see on one side is a pen tip for more precision application, and on the other side is a broad tip. And it comes with a rubber tip on the end to sort of spread it across your project if you have a lot of area to cover. I typically use the pen side tip, and I will use this for anything. I find that it really works well with layering the cards. If I have the top of my card and I want to add this layer, I use the pen tip, and it doesn't take a lot, and I don't have to be so exact to get it right to the edge. It does a wonderful job. So I've got it applied on my layer, and then I stick it down. I don't have a lot of time because it sets pretty quickly, and now it's down. The other advantage to the pen tip is if I did have sort of a detailed die cut, or in this case a punch that is the snowflake, and if I really wanted to make sure that all of the arms of the snowflake were making contact with the cardstock underneath it, I can come in with this pen tip and really just apply little dots on this snowflake. And like I said, it takes so little, and if I were doing this for a real project, I would probably get my tweezers out at this point so that I didn't get coated sticky fingers. But that gives me that coverage. If you do see a little white come out from behind your layer or your die cut or your punch, don't worry, it does dry clear, so you won't notice it in just a few moments. So great glue, Mono Multi. Another adhesive we have, and this is another great one to have, these are the mini glue dots. This is on a dispenser. It comes this mini size. It has a lot, but I'll show you how this works. So this is how it comes, and this just pops off, and the dots, I don't know if you can see them, are on the roll right there. They're just little sticky glue dots. And this same basic thing here, if you want to just use this to apply, you can run it to apply, or you can be very precise and put it there and stick it to apply. You can slide it, roll it up with your hand if you want to be very specific. You can also pull it off of here and then apply it to whatever you're adhering down. Those are great for layering as well. For ribbon, for die cuts, for anything. Buttons, they work great for buttons, for adhering those as well. Next, I'll show you the dot pattern adhesive. It's from Tombow, and it's considered a temporary to permanent. So this is what the package comes like, and it's just like the other Tombow tape runners. You'll pop this open. The top has the little grid marks, and that's how you know that you're holding it right. Now, what this does is if I wanted to temporarily attach this to my layer, just to make sure that that's what I wanted, then I can take it back off. If I decide I don't want to, or if I'm done masking it, don't need it anymore, or if I decided I did like it there, this will become permanent. So just leave it there and forget about it, and then it's there for good. I'll tell you what I love using this for is there are times when I say I have a printed image that I want to incorporate, and let's just pretend that this is I have a very specific die cut piece of cardstock that I want this to print on. Now I can't send this through my printer. It would get jammed up and I wouldn't be able to specify where I wanted it. But what I can do is I can take this piece of cardstock and I can apply this temporary adhesive to it. I can place it there, and it's strong enough to hold it as it goes back through my printer. And this is what it looks like when it comes back out. And then all you have to do is just peel it off and just use your fingers to rub that temporary adhesive off. But it completely holds it there and prints on it. So if this were something specific that I wanted this printed on, a die cut, or I had a sentiment that I wanted on something, this is a great use for the temporary to permanent adhesive. And then, like I said, you just rub it off. Or if I was masking something, I would use this as well. So great purpose adhesive there. And then the last one I wanted to show you today are it's another type of glue dots, but these are actually glue lines, and these are 1 inch long. And I love how these come on the roll because they are, if I can find the end, they are on individual tabs. So the glue line themselves is 1 inch long, but the tab is perforated. So if I wanted to put this on something and then leave it there for maybe the recipient to remove, if I was handing something out for somebody to do, or if I wanted to assembly line my project and do a whole bunch in this stage and then come back when I was ready to attach ribbon to my project, I could then pull the wax off, the backing, the adhesive's there, and this 1 inch glue strip is perfect for ribbon. So then I could pull those off and keep assembly lining my project if I was making holiday cards or something like that. So these are a great tool. These can also be used for layering cards. Just put the 1 inch strips in the corners and you'd get the same effect as pretty much all of these adhesives would do for help layering cardstock.